Hi there, my name is Dave Albury, and I'm a brand ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and we are a premier gut health company based here in the US. We are also in Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and Mexico. But I wanted to take a few minutes and share my story with you. I've shared my story a number of times, but it keeps evolving, and every now and then I want to take a few minutes and refresh that story for my friends or for other people that are interested in pursuing wellness and better health through healing their gut, through gut health. You know, I started this back in 2017, and I was very skeptical, but I had seen some great health transformations happen in my daughter's health. And as a result, it transferred to her newborn baby, her fourth baby, because she was still nursing at the time. And it was pretty amazing. But even with all of that, I started my own journey in September of 2017, and I was still a little reluctant to do it, still a little skeptical, but I thought, why not? I am like most guys, and I have found in the past few years working with folks that us men are a little more stubborn about our health issues, and I certainly was. Some of the things to give you kind of a picture and a little bit of a backdrop in terms of my life and things that were going on. At the time, I was 60 pounds heavier than I am right now. Um, I had been on a statin for high cholesterol for a number of years at that point. Um, I had reflux constantly, and I had medicines here in the cupboard at home. I also traveled a lot for work, so I always had stuff in my travel bag because I never knew when that was going to happen during the day. And I was struggling with digestive issues, and that was something that had been going on since college. And I picked up, I shouldn't say picked up, but started having trouble with gout and had multiple gout flare-ups every year, and that had been going on for a couple of years, and it's just one of the most painful things imaginable. And my doctor at one of my visits, my annual health checkup, had seen on a report the word obese because my BMI was really high. My A1C was bordering on being pre-diabetic. Um, I also had really bad joint pain in my knees. I had Lyme disease about 12 years ago. And the doctor told me, because we used a very strong antibiotic, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. It's called, oh gosh, I can't remember the name. Anyway, it'll come to me. But we used a very strong antibiotic that's also used to treat malaria. And that essentially, it kills all the good and the bad bacteria. It does not discriminate. Well, it got rid of the Lyme disease, and I was, on the mend. But he did tell me that I would probably continue to struggle, with some other issues, and the really painful knee joints was something that I was stuck with. Um, I was diagnosed with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. I was hypoglycemic. I had hypoglycemic crashes all the time. And, I was tired, afternoon crashes. I was fatigued. I was, I had sugar cravings like crazy. This was my life. I was a hot mess, but I would have told you back then, I need to lose maybe 5 or 10 pounds and, I'll be fine. Um, but I wasn't. And I started this simple system through Plexus called the Triplex system, which is, a drink, a probiotic that's designed to tackle candida in the body, and most probiotics don't do that. And then an oxygenated magnesium. Um, 30 days after I started this, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and that was my red flag that I needed, to stick with this, um, because I had really not taken care of my health for so long. Well, My story is very similar to a lot of people. In spite of the health things that I was struggling with, and in spite of the prostate cancer scare, um, I still struggled with consistency on my products. And it took me a few months to really just kind of like get that under control. And I finally did. And I honestly, at one point, I almost quit. Well, fast forward um, to it was the end of 2018, um, and I at that point I had decided or had said I was not going to do this as a business because it is a business opportunity as well as the health and wellness aspect of it. Um, but I decided at the end of 2018 that I wanted to because I was tired of being in corporate America and I wanted to chart a path out. And so I started doing this as a business at the beginning of 2019. Long story short, in March, 2 months later, my company restructured and I didn't have a job anymore. But I started this for selfish reasons in terms of the business aspect of it because I wanted to build an income to get out of corporate America. But all of a sudden, people that I was working with started experiencing the same changes that I did. And so it became a lot more personal for me. And so, my mission now is, to help thousands find health, hope, in a better way. That is what drives me and fuels my passion every day. Um, in case you haven't guessed it, I lost the weight. My gout went away. I'm off that prescription. My cholesterol lowered in the normal range. I don't take the statin anymore. I don't have reflux anymore. I threw all those meds out. My allergies that were absolutely out of control are gone. I don't take any allergy medicines. My non-alcoholic fatty liver reversed. Um, the joint pain went away. I was also on a nighttime sleep aid for years, and I started sleeping through the night, and I don't take the medicine anymore. I don't take any medicines anymore, and my health completely transformed. The only things that I do use are some pretty amazing plant-based supplements that are designed to balance blood sugar, um, address inflammation, and gut health. And that's pretty much it. Those are the three pillars of our health. And you might think, well, I'm not diabetic or pre-diabetic. Blood sugar balance really doesn't matter. And it does, because all of us, whether we deal with being diabetic or pre-diabetic, have fluctuations in blood sugar throughout the day. And that's something that contributes to us getting hungry, overeating. It contributes to our energy, kind of like tanking in the afternoons, those crashes you have, you're running for the next caffeine drink or sugar snack. And insulin is our master hormone, so it kind of controls all of the others. So if we can balance our blood sugar, we're going to control a whole lot more in our body. But inflammation is a silent killer. And that was something that I've been learning about over the last few years. Aside from the fact that you can appear very puffy and look heavier than you are, um, it's something that's tied to pretty much every chronic disease out there. And so getting inflammation under control in the body is critical. But aside from that, gut health is absolutely so important because 70%, almost 80% of your immune system is controlled by your gut. And 90% of your serotonin, well, almost 95% really of your serotonin is produced in the gut. Serotonin is your mood hormone. And more than 50% of other neurotransmitters are produced in the gut. And your gut and your brain are talking to each other constantly throughout the day through the vagus nerve. So gut health is critical. It is critical, and it affects our entire well-being. So that's a little backdrop into my story. And if you want to know more about gut health, I'd love to connect with you. If you think that these plant-based products might be something that you'd like to try, I'd love to help you get started because they've changed my health, completely transformed it, and they're transforming the health of so many people that I work with on a daily basis as well. Thanks for listening to my story, and I hope that we can connect, and I'd love to help you out. Thank you.